Hello and welcome to the first class of Expressing in English. Today we will start with a fun video for you to watch. I will be pausing and commenting during the video to draw your attention to particular techniques that the speaker is using. This video is about stand-up comedy, and stand-up comedy is performed by comedians who have great skill in expressing in English and engaging with their audiences. So I will share my screen now and start playing the video. This video is uploaded by Aiysha Jebali, and it's full credits to her account for this video content, and full credit to BBC Comedy Roadshow, where this video was first filmed. This comedian is called Mcintyre. Okay, let's start.
Please give all your love to the wonderful Kevin Bridges! Thank you, Edinburgh. Good evening. Good to be here at the Comedy Roadshow. Thought maybe start off with a joke. So, I seen a sign that said, "Have you seen this man?" So I phoned up and I said, "No."
Now, just pausing to pay attention to the type of humour that Mcintyre is using. Can you start to think of the different uses of joke that Michael is using? And just then, what did he use?
It's something to do, isn't it? I might be a few things, but I'm not a grass. So it's good to be in Edinburgh. I'm actually from Glasgow myself. Thank you. We very much get a reputation. The city of Glasgow was recently announced as Europe's murder capital, but also voted the UK's friendliest city.
Okay, so here, notice how Michael pauses after his main point, and he pauses to maximize the effect from the audience. If he did not pause and kept talking straight away, the humor may have been lost. So keep this in mind in terms of expressing in English and effective techniques to do so.
Same week, we got our act together pronto. You might get the shite kicked out of you, but you'll get directions to the hospital. Nice people. A bit mental, but a friendly mental. I also remember my first ever altercation with a friendly madman. Right. It was about midnight. I was standing at a bus stop, waiting on a bus.
Okay, notice here that Michael is using a lot of hand gestures and a lot of his body language to tell the story, not just with his words, but also with his body language. That is an important part of English expression. It's not just your words.
That's the way I play the game, right? That's how I roll. At the bus stop, waiting on a bus, two people sat beside me. They were doing something similar, and everybody was having a good time.
Okay, I mentioned about humor techniques earlier. So notice the type of humor that Michael just used. When he was standing at a bus stop with two other people, he mentioned that he was having a good time. Now, most people don't find being at a bus stop meaning having a great time. So obviously he was using sarcasm as a form of humor.
Sounds a bit far-fetched, but it's based on a true story. So everyone's there getting their bus stop on when a friendly madman showed up. A guy, he was across the road, and he shouted, "Hoi, you! Hoi, you! Aye, you!" Now, when you're at a bus stop at midnight and somebody instigates a conversation with "Hoi, you! Hoi, you! Aye, you!"
So notice that Michael uses a lot of body language. Here he uses a lot of hand gestures and dramatic facial expressions. With stand-up comedy, facial expressions and hand gestures is actually very important to engage your audience. Stand-up comedians might take it further and use a lot of facial expressions and gestures. And I am not saying that in everyday English expression you do need to, but notice how his audience is very engaged because of his body language and his gestures.
You kinda shite yourself. And you try and keep your head down, right? And then the guy shouts, "Hoi, fat boy, fatty." And while I'm standing there and I'm looking at the two people, I'm trying to figure out their BMI. And because one of us is about to become a statistic, right? But beside me were just these two big, skinny pensioner types. Cool, this one must be for me.
Okay, so if you have not noticed, the type of humor that Michael is using is morbid humor. Morbid humor. Humor that involves meanings of death, of pain, of suffering, particularly towards himself. And he is using that as a means of engaging the audience.
And the guy said, "Fat boy, give me a quid or you're getting stabbed." I thought, a quid? That was quite reasonable. Panic over. I mean, I've never been stabbed, right, but I can imagine it'd be somewhat inconvenient. Maybe even put a dampener on your evening, right? You'd be covered in blood. You'd need to go to a hospital to get stitches. You'd be physically and emotionally traumatised. And here, we've got a gentleman offering me the chance to bypass such a horrendous ordeal in this current financial climate.
Notice that Michael, the reason why his comedy is so funny is that He is normalizing such a ridiculous situation. He is describing a story where there is a person who may attack him on the street, but if he gives the attacker £1, then he will not be attacked. A lot of comedy is actually drawn from ridiculous situations being made and told in a normal story.
For a mere £1. Now I'm a sucker for a bargain, so.
Okay, we'll pause it there. The following exercise will have some questions which relate to this video. So if you have any questions, go back and rewind to the right spot. Thanks for watching.